Now, I also gave you this crazy list of artist revenue streams here. And to be honest with you, I don't even know what all of these things are. Some of them are so crazy. But certain ones are real important. Mechanical royalties are one that you should know. Royalties generate number 2. Royalties generated through the reproduction of recordings of your songs. So that's, if you cover someone's song and then you create, an album, for each time you do that for that song, you owe them 9.1 cents. And that's actually in a law, in the copyright law. Actually, I don't know if it's copyright law, so don't hold me on that. But there's actually technically a law that says it's statutory. The law states how much you owe for each reproduction.
No percentage. They actually say the dollar amount.
They say 9.1 cents, but this is only for the actual reproduction itself, right? Then there's other things like performance royalties, which are different, and that's revenue generated when the songs are played on TV or radio or something like that, and that's a whole other different royalty. And those typically go 50% to the songwriter and 50% to the music publisher.
But 50% of what? If you're performing it on a television show, you're saying all the money you make off of that production? I mean, it's not like the whole show was about that performance.
No,
so they said when it's played?
No, let's say someone airs your song on the radio. That alone, they got to pay you for that.
But you base it off a percentage. That's hard to do in that instance because you can't determine the exact amount of money they made off of playing that one song.
Yeah. And to be honest with you,
so that's where
this is all done by licensing negotiations, typically that are led by the ASCAP, BMI, these publishers that kind of establish their own rates of how much they're going to charge for each of those. Streaming mechanical royalties. That's typically now done through Sound Exchange, and the way Sound Exchange works is 50% goes to the sound recording, so 50% goes to the actual master, 45% goes to what they call the featured artist, and then 5% goes to like the secondary artist. So each of these is crazy in that it has its own like unique splits in where all these music goes,
and
where all the monies goes.
If you are all 3 parties, then
then you can get all that.
Yeah.
So sync license is another interesting one, which basically is when you take your song, for example, and you tie it to some sort of visual performance. So it's your unique song added to visual images.
Like this soundtrack to a movie.
Exactly.
For TV or whatever.
Even in your actual lyrics yourselves, right? Like let's say someone wants to buy the lyrics or they want to show your lyrics, you have a copyright in those words, right? So even them reproducing those actual words, you can get paid for that.
Only if it's charged, right? Only if it's charged, you make money off of it.
Well, no, I mean they can't do it unless they do pay you, so you have to negotiate.
So if that's the case, wouldn't karaoke be illegal?
Wouldn't what?
Karaoke. The lyrics are on the...
So karaoke, all those clubs and everything, they have to pay a licensing fee to actually be able to do that. I'm serious. I'm serious. And then that company that created that karaoke machine and has all their songs featured on there, they also pay a licensing fee.
But they get dodo. They get dodo.
Yeah.
My last question before I leave.
You're leaving? We're on page 2.
I gotta get ready for work.
All right.
Basically, right now I'm trying to I'm starting my own publishing company.
Okay.
So I'm trying to figure out. I know CSAG, ASCAP, BMI, whatever like that, but how to accumulate that, like get that money.
That is a huge.
We're having a whole workshop on that April 6th.
That's a huge. So you got to keep coming. No, but what you can do, at least in the meantime, is read, all these different ways of the revenue streams and just start to understand all the different kinds of different royalties. There's like 5 or 6 different royalties.
Yeah, this is a really good list. You
Just
should.
right on here. And honestly, Google is your friend. Because the shit is so confusing. You have to reread it 1,000 times to get the difference between, performance royalties, mechanical royalties, sync licenses, all that sort of stuff.
I'm just wondering who y'all go through. Do y'all go through the main source or a third party distributor?
We don't sync our music.
What's that?
We don't really sync our music unless it's through our online distribution. They do like CD Baby and stuff.
We do.
Okay, like
We
it
give it all to a third party to do
Yeah.
everything for us.
Oh, so like a tool program.
But we also have
Exactly. Because they have, it's again.
Because I thought, okay, I'm like, I'm trying to get to the base source, but it go through a third party.
But I mean, you're one person. You can't do what the hell is required to be out there to make sure that you got, eyes and ears everywhere, making sure that people aren't using your music or whatever. Because you just can't do that on your own.
Okay.
But it's also it's like that business is all about making relationships, and like the guy who's coming in, he's not a lawyer. He started his own licensing and publishing business, just reading, and he has a huge catalog now. So like that business out of everything is like it's all about networking, all about just like knowing who's out there and collecting music. You know what I'm saying? And like just keeping your ear to the ground above anything else. That's really what licensing and publishing is about.
I was trying to figure out because, like, for example, I'm on a song called Oakland. We all had to sign off. Like
Was that for ESPN? Is that what you're
for ESPN, we had to like get a split from it. We got paid. They paid us to use our song. Yeah. But they said.
But they got cut too.
No, they didn't get cut. They wanted to use our song, but they said we get our every time they play it, we get royalties from that. And I was trying to figure out how to get my cut off.
Well, depending on where it's registered, they should be holding it for you.
Okay.
Yeah, so you're gonna want to figure out where.
Because it's already registered, like through my part on my little percentage.
Yeah. Are you like so if it's registered through BMI, for example, like there's like a pile of money sitting there that says Alondis on it, and they're holding it for when you register to BMI. You know what I'm saying? And this is like we'll talk about this, but like this is what there's like for people who have their name out on records and stuff. There's like that's why BMI and ASCAP exist, because they're the ones who are kind of pooling the money, but then it's up to the artist to go there and get it. And so that's why a lot of artists lose money, because they don't know that it's there.
And in some cases, like for example, the digital royalties, like what's it called? Sound Exchange. Sound Exchange?
Yeah, I wanted to go through them.
Yeah.
Because like Jackie told me to go through.
For sure, you got it, because they do all the digital stuff now, right? But in their case, that money doesn't stay there forever. If you don't go and get it from them, you can lose it after I don't know.
They give it to record labels.
Yeah, they'll just take it. They'll just let it go away.
Yeah. So figure out where it's registered and then sign up.
You should bring in that contract. You still have your ESPN contract?
Yeah.
You should bring that in. I think everyone would benefit from having a look at that.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll figure out. We'll do like a case study situation.
You should totally bring that in next time.
Oh no.
All right, my brother.
Thank you.
All right, later.
Have a good one.
Like somebody has they rights to like their instrumental or whatever, right? To their beat or whatever, right? Cause I always see it, but I just never know what it means. Like, what does it mean like when they when they say let you lease it? Like you gotta pay every month for it or something?
Not every month.
So there's different kinds of licenses that you can get to use it. Is that what you're talking about?
I guess because
Probably.
it's like
it's like talking
That
about
means you can use it, but you
leasing
don't
rights and exclusive rights.
Yeah. So if you look to the songwriter, all the different artist revenue streams, you'll see all the different kinds of royalties that are in there, right? And so it depends on how you do it. If you're reproducing someone's song on your medium or like a part of it, then what you can do is get what's called a mechanical royalty. And that is actually, there's actually a law that says that if you reproduce someone else's music, like you cover it, right? Then there's a fixed fee. It's 9 cents, 9.1 cents for every time you reproduce that song that you covered, that's taken their intellectual property. You know what I'm saying? So That's just for you coming out and physically reproducing it. But then if you want to go ahead and perform that, it's a whole different kind of license. So there's all sorts of different parts. Like this is, you got one song, but it's sliced a million different ways. And if it plays on Spotify, that's like a totally different kind of streaming. It's a whole it's digital, and so it becomes its own thing.
PeaceTones,